What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Darius the Great from You Know What's Crazy podcast. And I'm here back with another Darius the Great deep dive. And today we talking about some cultural icons and the rise and fall of these cultural icons. The rise and fall of the Black CEO, a reflection of pain, power, and the price of greatness. You know, sometimes I sit back and think about what we lost, not just in music, but in leadership, legacy, and vision. Our black moguls, our titans of industry, the ones who made power look possible. We're talking about Chris Lighty, Suge Knight, P. Diddy, Russell Simmons, Irv Gotti, Shakir Stewart, Andre Harrell. All of them symbols of black excellence, ambition, and brilliance. And yet, all of them touched by tragedy, controversy, or silence. We don't talk enough about how the story of the Black CEO too often ends in downfall, whether it's the system, the spotlight, the streets, or the spiritual weight of being the one. There's a pattern, a cycle, and it hurts to watch. What happened to our leaders? Why does black brilliance so often get devoured by the very machine that helped build? Is it fame? Is it trauma? Is it the pressure of carrying the culture on their backs while still trying to heal your own wounds? We watch our moguls rise on dreams but fall on the weight of expectation, vices, betrayal, and systems that were never meant to sustain us, only to use us, discard us, and then study us like case studies. This is about recognition and the pattern that I see. We need to protect our visionaries, not just celebrate them at their peak. We need infrastructure, healing, and accountability. Because every time one of our giants fall, a generation loses hope, a blueprint fades, and our culture is left scrambling to rebuild. To the ones who tried, who built, who failed, your stories matter, not just for what you achieved, but for what you endured. Let's talk about it. I think about Chris Lighty, a silent architect behind 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, Missy, and LL Cool J, a visionary who figured out how to make hip-hop palatable to corporations, vitamin water deals, major brand alignments before influencer culture was a thing. He was a quiet power, but in 2012, he found out even in a quiet storm, can't always escape the noise. He died from an apparent suicide. Though some still a whistle of what really happened, a king gone without the crown being passed. Then we talk about Suge Knight. Once had the world gripped by the neck, he was the raw power, unfiltered, street-certified, and unapologetic leader of Death Row Records, which was more than a label, it was a statement. But with no checks and balances, powers turned to poison, violence, intimidation, ego, eventually leading him to limousines, to prisons, to prison buses. Suge became a cautionary tale what happens when fear replaces respect. And then there's Sean Diddy Combs. For decades, he was Al Gatsby. Fly suits, champagne dreams, bad boy hits. He taught a generation to be flashy, to dream big, to take that, but now facing lawsuits, abuse, allegations, and scrutiny from the same machine he once mastered. Is it more than a fall from grace? It's a cultural fracture. What happened when your icon becomes your trigger? Then we got Russell Simmons, the godfather of hip-hop entrepreneurship, the man who took Def Jam from dorm rooms to global stages, but now he hides out in Bali ducking from the Me Too accusations. Another hero whose silence screams louder than any press release. Moving on to Irv Gotti. Once at the helm of Murder Inc., signed legend-shaped soundtracks and stood toe-to-toe with giants. But when the feds knocked and the culture shifted, the label collapsed. And though he survived, he never truly recovered the seat at the table he once owned. And in February, he died from complications of diabetes. Moving on, Shakir Stewart, the name not everyone knows but should. Executive Vice President at Def Jam, young black brilliant, the one who signed Rick Ross and Young Jeezy. He was supposed to be the future, but in 2008, he died by suicide. Mental health, pressure, isolation, it took one of our brightest before his light could even fully shine. Andre Harrell, the soul behind Uptown Records, mentor to Diddy, responsible for giving us Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Heavy D. He moved with style, grace, with depth. Then he passed in 2020. The game felt a little colder, a little emptier. He never had the scandals, but his impact was spiritual. And even though he didn't get his flowers out enough while he lived, we're giving it to him now. These stories aren't isolated. They're systemic. Why do our black moguls rise like gods only to fall like mortals? Exposed, discredited, imprisoned, or forgotten? Is it the pressure of being first-generation rich, trying to heal generational trauma with dollar signs and designer labels? Is the industry itself designed to mine culture, extract talent, but never build support systems or the creators? Or is it us? Are we still hungry for our heroes that we crown them prematurely, then abandon them while they bleed? One thing for sure, black brilliance shouldn't always have to be born in pain and end in tragedy. We need infrastructures, therapy in boardrooms, real partnerships, financial literacy that doesn't come with strings, Community that isn't just there for celebration, but for correction. The mogul shouldn't have to die for the moment to live. To the ones who became before, thank you for your building the roads with your blood, sweat, and tears and genius. And to the next generation, built better, built safer, and built with soul. It's another Darius Deep Dive signing out. Peace.